Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CoSM's July Full Moon Ceremony. I'm Alexis Spatty, coming to you live in the Great Hall of Entheon, Sanctuary of Visionary Art. How's everybody feeling tonight? Yeah! Pretty good. Yeah! All right. Very good. Thank you so much for being here. Tonight, we gather beneath the full moon to celebrate the high tide of the spirit and talk about CoSM's theme of the month, sacred geometry, the divine patterns and structures that underlie all of creation. Whether you're here in person or tuning in online, we are so grateful that you are here to gather in community and in intention. To begin our night, it is a true privilege to introduce the creative visionaries who shaped this community and its mission. So please give me a warm welcome to the founders of CoSM, visionary artists Alex Gray and Allyson Gray. Yeah! Let's hear it!
Wow, look at this room. We're all here, we made it. Oh, we came from far and wide, didn't we? Anybody come from really far away? Where? Oregon, woo! Just shout it out. Colorado, in the house. Woo!
We made
Over here. Oakland! Woo! Well, we love you all. And any neighbors, anybody from next door? Come on.
Hey.
All right. We love you,
Welcome.
neighbors. We want all the neighbors to come. Well, anyway, tall trees. Ooh, that's right next door. Well, we are so honored to be here at the 281st in a consecutive and unbroken chain of full moon ceremonies that I love that we started in our home in January of 2003. So we're into and almost completing the 22nd year and of full moon ceremonies. And yeah.
Rosie is here tonight.
Rosie.
She was at the first
The very
full
first
moon
one.
ceremony.
All right, Rosie.
Yeah.
Woo! And she makes it
And
as often as she can.
Rosie and Mike will be doing the sand mandala
right.
later tonight.
right.
So,
Yeah.
Now, what? Oh, I'm seeing a lot of friends here.
Well,
too.
we like to, for some reason, we like to place a number on the full moon. We do 281, and then we add it up, and we get 11. Then you add that up, and you get 2. So it's basically the number 2. And number 2 is relationships, isn't it? And number 2 is we try harder.
Yeah.
I was number 2. Alex was number 2 in the family, and we tried harder.
We were the middle children.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else have an insight about number 2? What is number 2? It means compatibility, harmony, and balance. Thank you. Diplomacy. We need a lot of that around the place. Anyway, but why did we choose to celebrate the full moon ceremony in the first place, Alex?
Well, many of you know, but we were advised by a shaman, Alex Stark, to begin full moon ceremonies to see if we could gather community to build the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, which is a project we had been talking about for a really long time, but we're artists, painters, not wealthy people. We don't know really how to create a chapel, but we felt that was something Spirit wanted us to do. From visions.
Yeah.
Many of you know about those
You know
kinds
about our
of things.
visions. Many of you have heard about our visions, and that's why you're here. So you know some of this already.
So, but
Yeah.
I always feel the miracle of standing here, holding that goal of creating a sacred space. We didn't know where, we didn't know how it was going to happen, but it truly was, as the shaman said, gather community together, and there is an energy that and a focus that begins to crystallize around a vision and a dream. And this is the proof that holding a vision in your heart and sharing it with community can manifest. And so it's
Look at it. Look at it. We started in our living room with 15 friends. And as soon as we put it on the internet, we had 35, and then we had 75, and tonight we're packed. So we're really, really so grateful that you're here. But why the moon?
Okay.
Well, what's with the moon?
Yes.
Okay.
So, there's a lot going on there, too deep to unpack. But we understand that the moon has a powerful effect on the earth and on the water, the bodies of water on the earth. And of course, we're water beings, as much as we're light beings. And so we are affected also by the gravitational and the light of the moon, strangely enough. And these subtle kinds of influences, not so subtle when we think of the tides, or we think of our reproductive cycles and things like this. They're not so subtle. And actually, what's really cool is that 4 times a day, the Hudson River changes directions. Why is that? It's a tidal river. It's a moon river. And it's right there. So there's a special energy that is even represented in the flow of the
river
there.
literally turns around up above Poughkeepsie somewhere close, and then returns, so that it was a commuter river for the canoes of the native people, and it was a very industrious and prosperous area because of it, and still is, and brings a lot of people up here and back to the city and to the world, and really open to the world. So, yeah, it's also the one, everyone, no matter where you are in the world, has a moon, full moon. It's all happening for everybody. Within 24 hours, we're all sharing something. It's not a belief in a person or a belief system. It's like, it's there. We're all celebrating, okay? So that was kind of the time to celebrate. It's a really great time to celebrate. And
it's, of course,
take it away.
the mirror
Yes.
of the moon is reflecting the light of the sun. And we, metaphorically, can think that we are, reflecting a greater light ourselves. So I've been getting into the Sufi kind of mystics, and Suravardi talks about the wisdom of illumination, that God is the light of lights, and we are potential containers for that light. And so that's our spiritual path, is, embodying the light of lights to the best of our ability. And this is a kind of path toward our own illumination. And many of the pictures here, our common subject is transcendental light. So this place is all about, getting in touch with and turning on the lights inside of ourselves, So
tonight, though, before we move into our program, I want you to know that there are people here actually from all over the world that are zooming in tonight, or tuning in through YouTube live streaming. So everybody turn around and just wave to them. Oh. Hello out there in Australia and South America and Africa and Central Europe and Asia. We love you. We know you're there.
Thanks, Allyson.
And Katie will catch us up with the world beat at the end there. But meanwhile, our subject tonight is love, always love. But it also is the sacred geometry.
Yeah, well, I like to think that we all understand, sacred geometry inherently, because it's all the forms that surround us. We don't often notice them necessarily, but the full moon, there it is. It's a big circle in the sky. And why are we so in tune with it? Well, Plato would say that it's because it's the perfect mirror of the soul. It's the perfect sacred geometric shape, and the circle.
So this is Allyson. You see the Allyson is a mythic character invented by William Blake, who measures the universe with calipers. So this is why we started this program with that. But
yeah,
we have a lot of wonderful things to show you. I'm so excited.
Okay. Well, of course, every day, we welcome the sun, and it's the big disk. We live on one. We just talked about the full moon. We see each other. These are the windows to the soul.
Well, we're talking about the one-sided figure in sacred geometry, and that is the circle. It's one side. So here it is. A circle is a two-dimensional shape where all points are equidistant from a central point. A sphere is a three-dimensional shape where all points on the surface are equidistant from a central point. Plato described the sphere as the most perfect shape that evokes the soul. So that's what we're talking about.
Oneness.
One-sided.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so throughout religions, of course, we got the Judaism, the Lord, our God, the Lord is one.
Right.
And but in the Enso, this Zen practice, is a really beautiful art practice and meditation practice at the
So
same
here's
time.
what I said. The Enso circle is a Japanese symbol associated with Zen Buddhism, representing enlightenment, strength, elegance in the universe. It's typically created in a single fluid brushstroke. And an open circle, this I didn't know, signifies the beauty of imperfection. And the closed circle represents perfection. And the act of creating an Enso is considered a meditative practice reflecting the artist's state of mind and capturing the essence of the present moment. So show the next one. We'll see. I was looking for one where the guy was using a broom. I've seen it, haven't you? But this guy was the biggest I could find.
Yeah.
He's doing a good
Beautiful.
job, though. Look at that.
Great practice. Yeah.
It's a really very circular. It's like perfect.
It is.
And of course, stone circles have been found like in many continents, on many continents, and the most of them, so many of them, are in the British Isles, in Ireland and Wales as well.
Oh yeah,
Stone
a lot
circles.
of stone circles, and the stupa is also built on the same idea. The teepee as well,
Look
know,
at that.
the
Such
circular.
a beautiful breast shape, so completely round. From 300 BC, how could they even do that? Seriously.
Bricks, looks
I know,
like.
but still, to keep it that perfect, like, I think it was aliens, actually.
Yeah.
I think they had something to do with it. Okay, so here's the rose window at Chartres Cathedral, which is, by the way, near Paris, very near. It's like going from Manhattan to, our place or the Dia Beacon or something. You want to go to see something really special and you're visiting Paris. Get on a train, the central train station, and get off in 20 minutes and you're there. It's like It's so worth it to see Chartres Cathedral, which is one of the greatest cathedrals in Central Europe.
No kidding. And the stained glass here is just magnificent. But it is the one here, the big circle, but you've got the center there, and then surrounded by the 12. So it's there are a multiplicity of numbers woven in.
That some people may not know about Chartres Cathedral. You may have heard of Chartres Cathedral. First of all, this is the labyrinth at Chartres Cathedral. You've got to go there and walk the labyrinth. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I just wanted to say that Chartres Cathedral was built in the year 1000 by the people of Paris, who got together because Bishop Flaubert started a mystery school to gather together artists and artisans and painters, because they were all painted, all these sculptures, and architects and masons, and all these people came together to build a cathedral to house the most precious relic. And the most precious relic, which had landed in Paris after 1,000 years, was the garment that Mary wore when she birthed Jesus. And they have that relic, and they felt that they needed to find a place for it. It shouldn't just be in someone's collection. It should belong to the community. And we learned a lot going there, didn't we?
It taught us a lot of things. Actually, the entire place is modeled after a womb in a way, and it's for the Sacred Mother. Some of the stained glass there is, it looks like the Madonna and Child, but it's really Mary is the child, And so this is the idea that a temple or a sacred place is a place for your spiritual rebirth. And you come in and you're surrounded by a new kind of sacred environment and things like this.
I just have to say before you leave the labyrinth was a Druid labyrinth, and the site was a Druid site. And the Christians came, of course, knocked it down, took it away, and made it into this, but they kept this stone labyrinth. And you must walk, we have a labyrinth, and it's really worth walking in silence, I must say. Get your kids to do it silently, it's really a trick. But I have to say, and if they skip along, they'll still learn things, but I tell you, it's deeply psychotherapeutic to walk a labyrinth in silence, and I'm just saying. So let's keep going. We have a lot to cover.
And it's also this idea that you travel toward the center.
That's right.
You're constantly centering, so you're using, your walking practice.
But it brings you out to the edge when you least expect it.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I thought I was getting so close to the center. Oh no, I have to go all the way back here. So
it's just like
plays
life.
With your head.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from the outside. It's quite amazing in every respect.
And at night they project. As long as we're showing.
And it looks something like this at night.
At night they project onto Chartres Cathedral. I just wanted to say, and it looks a little like this, Yeah. The sphere.
Okay.
We had to show
What's
the flying
going on here?
saucers.
Hey.
There's the saucer shape, the sphere. The circle shape has been identified with alien life and alternate life forms.
Flying
These are some photographs of this particular flying saucer from
that one.
The 50s.
Did you have something to do with that?
Look at that. You see?
Look at that.
See what I'm saying? No, just
I'm
kidding.
wondering.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
But
these are some more pictures of saucers that were photographed and basically the most, kind of, what do you say? Honest, not fake.
Yeah.
They've been this was over Passaic, New Jersey, and was reported by over 1,000 people. So I'm just that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's some of the shapes that have been reported. We're going to bring the paranormal and the space stuff in here. I'm just telling you, it's part of this entertainment tonight. Carl Jung. So Carl Jung examined the sightings not as evidence of extraterrestrial visitors, but as a modern myth emerging from the collective unconscious. a shared wellspring of human experience and archetypes. Jung suggests that these visionary rumors reflect deep-seated anxieties and hopes within the collective psyche, particularly in times of social and political upheaval. And they're still real, aren't they? I mean,
Well,
they're there, you know.
He said that it leaves the door cracked open to
It does,
mystery,
yeah.
and as symbols of the disc is like a symbol of wholeness, like a mandala in some ways. And this was his whole thing, was that the mandala helps us to get back to a sense of wholeness and completeness. When we draw it, when we draw a mandala or something like that, it can also help that to recover that. And he was proposing that maybe this appearance of the saucer in some ways makes it transcends all known laws of physics and things like that. So it's kind of like not abiding by our reality laws as we understand them, and so it means it's something beyond science, and it cracks the door open to mystery, to not knowing what's going on. And so he felt like that was important.
Yeah, no, wait, go back.
Oh.
Okay, I just want to say one more thing about mandalas, and that is that Rosie and Mike lead a mandala workshop at CoSM, and it fills up so fast. I'm just telling you, you got to get with Rosie. We're gonna do the sand mandala tonight. So come over to the sand mandala, talk to them about when they're scheduled next time. They already just recently did it, but it's very, very popular workshop. We might have to drag them back here for a second week. Yeah, we're gonna fill it up. People love to do mandalas, and every level is welcome. So it doesn't matter. You can be a professional down to like you'd never made art before, and you can do mandalas. Okay.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
it weaves in healing energy.
Yeah.
One of the easiest shapes to make, once you've got a compass.
What's the shape number 2?
Yeah, of 2, is you spin a circle, and then you put, the compass point on one edge of the circle, and just spin another one. And so you have the Vesica Pisces.
The two-sided figure.
Mm-hmm. And symbol of the divine feminine, in some ways, you could say, this way.
Mother of sacred geometry, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Christ emerging from the Vesica Pisces, a two-sided geometric figure at Chartres Cathedral. So this is the entry of Chartres Cathedral. They have, you see on the left-hand slide, they have Christ coming out of the vagina.
Well, the Vesica Pisces.
It's what it is, though. And I think it's an honor. They should honor. You got the man, but he's coming out of the woman. So it's the feminine.
It represents an aura,
feminine.
an aureole.
An aureole. They even call that the aureole. That's the place where you go into. But say something about this one. It's the sacred geometry of the
Shit
Sphinx.
lines up there, man. What can you say? They knew what they were doing. Oh, my God. Watch out. I don't know. Is it going to lift off? Maybe. I don't know. Okay.
So here we have Glastonbury Abbey. You can see that they as early as 1184 AD, the Vesica Pisces lies within a hexagon, has an exterior and interior proportions that are described by greater and less of Vesica Pisces. The proportion of the Abbey was designed as a Vesica Pisces contained in a rectangle. So that's obvious.
Yeah.
That was an early...
Chartres Cathedral was the same way. They also, that it's built on the womb shape.
Now the Glastonbury Abbey is a relic.
Now,
It's a ruin.
So here's an interesting thing I'm just going to add, because Keith Critchlow was our teacher, and if you take nothing else away from the sacred geometry, this transformed my thinking about these 3 shapes. So, okay, 3 shapes. The circle, we already said, that's kind of like identified with spirit, right? And so then the square is more identified with, say, matter, And then what's between them is like the triangle, and that's symbolic of mind. Why? Because it's more like a flame, see, luminescent, it's illuminated, you know, it's the most like that kind of a thing. So that's, it's symbolically, we associate it, he thought, with the mind. And so he said, look at how these shapes recur and influence each other, especially in sacred buildings. But look at doors, for instance. You've got a door, and you've got a kind of a square top, and you're in the material world. You put like a dome on it, or you put an arch on it, and then you will have heaven and earth. Now, if you put a point in that arch, then you're showing the influence of the mind on the spiritual ascent. See? So that's what makes it this Gothic arch, and especially
5 minutes left.
5 minutes.
Let's move on.
Okay, sorry.
We have a long show here, and we have a lot to do.
Okay,
so,
you're right.
So anyway, I think we're going to need a little more than that. But anyway, 3 is the triangle, derived from the Vesica Pisces. You can see how you put those two together, and then you find the center point, the center of both circles. You put a line there, and that is where you make your triangle. Okay, so here's some examples of the 3-pointed sacred geometry of 3. Sacred geometry of 3 in 3 dimensions. UAPs that are pyramidal. Okay, they've been photographed. We just thought we'd throw those in. Now we have the square. And I use the square in my work, as you know. And I chose it because of its relationship with the material world. It's very rarely found in nature, actually. But it, you can see from the drawing how it's made from the Vesica Pisces. It evolves. And actually, a lobster's eye is the rare example of the square in nature. I just like to put that in. That's the only one. I think there may be other crustaceans and stuff like that that have the same thing as the like shrimp and stuff like that, lobster, shrimp, things like that. But here you have the pyrite crystals. We've all seen those, you know. And and this is very. What do we got here? Got the Kaaba.
The Kaaba.
Yeah.
How amazing. Yeah, beautiful picture of the pilgrimage around the, to the Kaaba and then around. So it's
the
like
people are
energy
circumambulating
stirring.
the Kaaba. Mm-hmm. And then at the point where they pass the meteorite, which is what the Kaaba was built to be around, they touch it. They have to get close enough. See, so they're all spiraling in towards the meteorite, and then they spiral back out again. So there's lines of people spiraling in. There's lines of people. It's very organized, you can be sure, and you have to be Islamic to go there. And I wanted to show you the what do they call it? The kiswa. The kiswa is the covering that they sew and they embroider with gold thread, and they make a new one every year. So there's a factory, and come back to the sacred sites talk sometime. I'll show you the factory and where they make these. It's incredible. They sew these and then they replace it every year. There's all the people, see how little they are? Reaching up to that embroidery. It's just the most gigantic embroidery project you've ever seen in your life. That's what it is. It's giant industrial size, but it's all hand done with golden thread and silver thread. Anyway, this is, we're all the way up to this is the square crop circle. One of the square crop circles. It's made up of triangles. And there's another square crop circle. And if you want to have more conversation about crop circle, it's one of our favorite subjects. Just come on up and we'll talk about it more afterwards. I think that there are some crop circles that are real, and there are some crop circles that are made by, our friends who are seeing how crop circles are made. They see if they could do it. That's fine, but there are some we know people who have seen them emerge under the mist of morning when they were camping right outside of them. So I really do think that they exist. People go there every year. Really good crop of crop circles this year. Doing a little research, I found out there's a lot of crop. They started to dwindle, but I think there was a lot of crop circles were back this year. Photos of the cubic UAP. This is from an airplane, a shot of a cubic UAP. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Coming
can
in different sizes. I don't know.
change any shape.
Shapes.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, this is my work, and you see it around. I won't go into it too deeply, except to say that, of course, if you aren't familiar with my work, the image of this funnel, this sort of suck hole, blowhole, was what came to me in an LSD experience. That everything was either chaos, which is this piece over here, where all things are inevitable entropy. Inevitable. It's like everything's falling apart in the material world. So they represent the material world, and this represents the world of bliss, where all things are connected and made of light. These here are called jewel net of Indra, because Indra is the god of space, the Hindu god of space, and in the abode of Indra, there's a net that expands, in all directions. And infinitely in all directions. And at every cross of the net, there's a jewel that's so highly polished that it interreflects all the other jewels in the net. And that story from the Bhagavad Gita, really called me to name this piece Jewel Net of Indra, because it's that interreflective light that is infinite, that you feel is part of all beings and things, that really is our our invisible embodiment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want to go on?
I love how, no,
These
I
are,
love
you'll
how
see
you-
these downstairs, and we can
Mm-hmm.
talk more about them,
Yeah.
but we want to move.
I love how you've tiled together these
Some examples
worlds. Yeah.
Some examples of sculptural cubiness that I
Yeah.
created.
I think
This was
the
this one's like gotta
UAPs
be
should
8
get
feet
busy
large.
and look more beautiful. Look what they could look like.
Yeah. They could be quite decorative. And there's costumes and cubie clusters. This is what's going on with cubes and me. Okay. Let's keep going with pentagrams. They were
Well-
even pentagons. There's a pentagon flower and a pentagram.
Yeah. Well, 5 is like the human number. You've got the head and the arms and the
arms.
legs there. But also, one of the most interesting things, how the golden ratio is so important in the human body and biology and botany in general. Any bisection of the, where the pentagram appears on the pentagon there,
Yeah.
it measures out the greater and the lesser. So it's a 1 to 1.618 proportion in the long leg and the short, there. So you've got an exact and kind of proportion right woven into the star shape
Yeah, that
itself.
proportion comes in really importantly in part of the Almighty's style, the style of the Creator. That's what we're talking about here. Okay.
We
'Cause
should
things,
have,
things
I
match
saw
up.
the number 5 in gold. We should have that down there.
You do?
Yeah, well,
Well,
we
anyway,
should.
you have above, you have the pentagon, and then let's see, where do we go with this? Then below, from the pentagon, you can get the hexagon. Okay, this is sacred geometry, and David and Aloria will be teaching sacred geometry later this summer, and I don't know if there are any seats left, but if there are, grab them. 3 seats are left. These people are the shit. They are totally the shit. When it comes to sacred geometry and all things traditional arts, they have PhDs and master's degrees and all that stuff. They've studied at the Prince's Academy of Traditional Arts in the UK. And
Plus, they're awesome, wonderful
are
teachers
wonderful
and wonderful people.
cosmonauts.
But definitely, they could,
They are magi.
They will teach you many things beyond just counting with the with the shapes and numbers and things like that. They've got, all kinds of elaborate schemes to share with you.
This wonderful basilica, which started, as early as like the year 300, I believe. They started building this, and they've been building it ever since, honestly. I mean, they restored it as recently as the 20th century. But their floor plan is based on both the pentagon and the pentagram and the hexagram. So there you go. Let's keep going. So this is how you create the hexagon in a circle.
Yeah, it's so
with just a
fun.
compass and a pencil, and you don't even need a straight edge here. Yes, you do. You need a straight edge.
yeah.
Of course you do. And every snowflake is unique, and it is a 6-pointed star. Did you know? Everybody knew that. Okay. And we all know about the beehives. Fabulous beehives.
Hexagonal close.
More crop circles based on the 6. This is the 6 crop circle. Now, the thing about crop circles that I just want to say to those of you who are tittering and thinking that they're not real, there are ones that aren't real, and they're lousy. These are based on something that comes out of artificial intelligence. Look how crispy they are. Wow. And they come up overnight. And they're fractals. So it's kind of like there's something about artificial AI, and there's something about electromagnetism, because all of the stalks come back. They don't break. They bend, and then they come back. They kind of balloon out at a certain point. They're magnetized, and well, anyway, it's an incredible study. I love crop circles. I have friends who've seen them, and they've convinced me. So, but anyway, this is all those pentagrams and pentagons. And here we are at the Seal of Solomon. Anybody know what the Seal of Solomon's all about? It's also known as the Star of David. And then I'll let you do the rest. Is a sacred geometric symbol composed of 2 interlacing equilateral triangles forming a hexagram, a 6-pointed star. This symbol, rooted in medieval mystical traditions, is associated with King Solomon. Appearing in Jewish, Islamic, and Western occultism, this symbol is believed to possess divine power and is used as an amulet, talisman, or symbol in magic and alchemy. You know what? You need one. Look at that. There's one.
Well, this seed of life is really so easy, when you do the hexagon. This is just further elaboration on that shape. But then you get this really beautiful shape, which you can continue ad infinitum. And the flower of life then is a kind of mystical symbol that we see in the Osirion in this most amazing temple at Abydos. And, how was it? It doesn't look engraved exactly. It looked like almost like a laser cut onto the stone in some weird way,
Nobody knows how old it is. Nobody knows when this was done. They cannot even figure it out. And you can't see it in this slide. It's on one of those walls. Yeah. But when you go there, you can see it.
Yeah, no, you can walk right
older
by
than
it. And
they
like,
know.
What the? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and
there's a crop circle.
Okay. Yeah. Looks
and
like they know what they're doing.
Wait a minute. It has the seed of life,
right,
as well as the flower of life. So it's both the seed of life on the flower of life. I mean, come on. Yeah. And this has got to be.
It's true.
Well, the thing I wanted you to know about this too, and that we both want you to know about. You want to tell them about this? Tell them what we both.
It was there at Abydos, and everybody goes in there, and they instantly say, "What? WTF?" And you can try and explain it all you want, but there it is. I mean, it was made thousands and thousands of years ago. It looks like a helicopter or something, or some kind of airplane or some.
They will tell you online that these are like photoshopped, and they're not.
No,
okay? I'm just telling you.
No.
We photographed these.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like, and if you don't think that looks like an airplane and a parachute, along with a
how is this related to sacred geometry
I just
now?
Had to because it's in Abydos, and I couldn't help telling you that is like one of the most incredible things about that temple. It's in the Osirion, right there. All right.
7.
7 even has
Oh my
plant
God.
life
Yeah.
in 7s. That's a cactus, of course.
Prickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here you see like the kind of floor plan of chart.
They had
coming
sacred
back to chart.
geometers.
Yeah. Well, it's within a Vesca Pisces, the whole thing. But there at the apse, it's determined by a heptagon. So, and quite a beautiful apse it is. And some other friends like
We know
the
some people
7,
who like the 7.
yeah.
They're all into the 7.
And they liked the 7-point vision crystal Tondo. So, yeah, quite into the 7. The 7 is more the angel number, you know? It's add 2 wings, you know, right? So then 8. So powerful. What a shape.
The 8-sided octagon symbolizes a powerful connection between earthly and celestial realms, the balance and unification of the square earth and the heavenly circle. The octagon also embodies protection, good fortune, and rebirth, particularly in Feng Shui. Everybody know what that is? We all know Feng Shui. It's like, you know. And here's some 8-petaled flowers. Some flowers just come up that way.
That's right.
Big field of them. So I love the I Ching. If any of you love oracles, the I Ching will help make decisions. It helps you make your decision, not like its decision. It's like poetry. If you don't know much about it, it's like poetry. You really have to, you know, you determine what you do as a result of throwing the I Ching on your own. But the I Ching wheel, it's also called Bagua, has 8 sides because it represents the 8 fundamental trigrams. These 8 trigrams combine 3 lines, which are either solid yang or broken yin. And I'd love to teach anybody who'd like to know how to throw the I Ching. I could talk to you about that. That's a fun thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you taught me.
I did. I learned it in college, and I've always used it. We've used it to make decisions about, you know, where to move, CoSM, you know, things like that. You know, pendulums, I Ching, runes. We use them all.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because
Yep.
they really just trigger your mind to think what you already think.
Right. It's intuitive, you know, tools.
Right.
You know, just to maybe this will help. Yeah. Well, there's a spider in the web he spun. No,
This
that's
is the
not
8. This is the
Yeah.
8 sacred geometry. Even though a spider's not sacred geometry, I thought I'd put it in
It's got 8
because
legs.
next slide. Oh no, not this one. This one is the 8. You know, this appeared at 8808. On 88, the morning of 8808, our friend Alan Steinfeld was on the land with 1,000 people right above this meadow, and it just filled, you know, with the fog because it's you know, it's the Isles, you know, it's all the British Isles. It's always foggy in the morning. And they were all up there watching with their binoculars. They couldn't see a thing. Nothing happened. I think they might have seen some orbs, but they didn't see much of anything else. And then the fog lifted, and this was there. So I'm just saying, there are people watching, and it's happening. And it's I don't know. It's an interesting phenomenon. Okay, keep going. But this one, that's what I was talking about.
This one happened July 10th.
July 10th.
This year.
This year.
So
This is the
that's
8.
just in time for our class here. Yeah. Just,
But,
you
but
know,
8
we
is a
just-
number of good fortune. You know, it's like, you know, Chinese people use 8 as sort of a symbol of infinity and good fortune. And they chose 8th Avenue and 88th Street to start Chinatown in Brooklyn. And it's been there for decades. But
Yeah, it's true.
that's how they found it, 8th Street and 88th Street. And 88th Street and 8th Avenue is in Brooklyn. This is an
Another
8.
8 you
Yeah.
found there. Yeah.
An 8, yeah.
Okay.
9. Okay, so 9 is also called the Enneagram because there's 9 Enneagrams. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
This
And-
is the Sri Yantra.
Yeah, you said there were 9 different triangles in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 triangles.
All right. There's 9 petals. There you go. I counted them before. And you know, the Baha'i are totally into the 9. You know, because the 9 is like the fullest number. It's like right before, you know, changing.
Hops into 2
Yeah.
numbers. It's the
And-
last of the full numbers, you know. So, but anyway, they have 9 precepts. And if you go to the Baha'i Temple, if you're ever in Chicago, go to Willamette and go to visit. It's open all the time. You can just go in and experience it. It's awesome. And the 9 precepts are written on the top. You'll agree with all of
It's
them.
amazing.
They're just
Yeah,
so-
consort with people of other faiths. You know,
Right.
it's very, very, you know, embracing. And so they go to each continent and build a temple. So this is the one in New Delhi.
But the one in North
each
America
has,
is in
like-
Chicago. You can go there,
Right.
Willamette. You've got to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, very cool, amazing,
Beautiful.
and beautiful temples.
This is
extraordinary
in New
temples.
Delhi.
Yeah,
It has 8. It has 9 petals.
and
this is in Chile.
Alabaster,
Made of
okay?
alabaster stone.
And so it lights up at
and
night.
they open up too. They make these architects. They get the greatest, most innovative architects to build these on every continent.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up.
It's a crop
Okay.
circle.
Yep. Okay.
9
All
crop
right.
circle.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Well, okay.
They're
you,
into
you
sacred
probably
geometry.
heard of the Fibonacci sequence. It's the same thing you could say, just looking at the top line, as the golden cut. You know, you've got the 1 to 1.618 proportion, and then all the way down. And that's what makes it kind of extraordinary.
The sequence is you add the previous 2 numbers, the number with the previous number, and that's the next number. So that's how it graduates like that. But you've seen these. We're just going to show you a little montage of some
Fractal
of our
vegetables.
favorite
Yeah.
sacred geometry.
Oh yeah, look
Yes,
at the shapes.
we got a few interesting.
How many petals there?
But I thought this was just look at the arrangement. Even in water, it'll arrange itself like that.
Yeah.
And of course, then you have your Fibonacci crop circles.
Ooh, near Stonehenge. Nicely placed.
Nicely placed.
Yeah.
And the galaxies.
And modeling something we know well. Yep. Okay. Looks like God knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoop. I guess.
There's Fibonacci spirals in all natural things. It's the style of the creator. The
Yeah.
creator made it up, put it into a lot of stuff.
Now, one of the things that I think is extraordinary is our heads are a lot like eggs, you know. And so it's got a bulge, right, to one side and another. You know, it's like there is a bulge to the temples. That's exactly at that 1.618 golden cut, usually on the head. So anyway,
Golden ratio. We should just honor the golden ratio. It's been studied in ancient Greece since 300 BCE, expressing ratio 1.618. Golden ratio gained artistic and architectural recognition in the Renaissance, potentially influencing artworks, including the paintings, of course, dear old Leonardo.
oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, he built a lot of them on structures. So the idea of sacred geometry, I kind of think of, it's that invisible template that everything's built on, you know. It's got some, so you can see how structurally there's an underlying template. And if you get out a golden ratio caliper and set it up to, you can see that the belly button on the human figure is basically where that golden cut is, and fascinating.
But if you want to get a golden ratio caliper, this you can actually measure. Well, why would you need it for this next painting? Show that.
Okay,
What
well
would you do?
then you would see that the point that Michelangelo is making when he's got that point of touch, of contact between God and humanity is 1.168, that golden cut. So he knew what he was doing there and wanted to leave a message. So it's code. I used it on both the eye and the heart in this composition of the light
There's
worker.
4 spots, sweet spots, on every painting where the golden section touches. And the golden ratio calipers help an artist to find that sweet spot. Because it's like if you're going to position it, other than, say, central and symmetrical, you may want to find one of those 4 spots on the page to kind of, because this is where your eye just naturally goes. It's kind of
It's great
a
for,
power
great
to know
for
that.
any designer to have,
Yeah.
really. And Hilma af Klint, of course, used sacred geometry in her work. And here we have, like, the mind's ascent to the heavens, right? Just symbolically.
But she's pointing right at the golden cut, right there, right? And this is Emma Kuntz. We have a really wonderful bathroom dedicated to the art of Emma Kuntz. It's on this floor. It's the ADA compliant bathroom, and it's beautiful. And Perry made it beautiful. Perry Kroger, who works here, we used some of our posters that we've been saving for a special occasion, and it's a gorgeous room. You got to see it.
Yeah. But she wove these things a lot like
She didn't think of herself
mandalas.
as an artist at all, actually.
She was a healer.
She was a healer, and
These
she
were
used
all
these
for
as charts
healing.
for her
Yeah.
patients to, focus on and meditate on. And she also was a clairvoyant, so she used them as tables for seances.
Yeah.
Oh.
And our old friend M.C. Escher there, the infinitizer, he was inspired when he went to the Alhambra.
And weren't we too?
Oh, my God.
We went
Well,
with him.
It's certainly one of the greatest examples of Islamic architecture and one of the best preserved palaces of the Islamic world.
Oh,
and,
if you go to Spain, if you're thinking you're going to be in Spain, go to Granada during Easter week
Yeah.
sometime, or like
Check.
just right before, right after, and you can see this place. It's the most outstanding. It's a phenomena. Because you need, they needed a laser printer, but they didn't have one. They did it all by hand, and it looks
It's quite
perfect.
remarkable.
It's just
and
astonishing.
Keith Critchlow led the tour through there, and he's one of the world's
taught
eminent
sacred geometry.
sacred geometers. And his wisdom is in many of his books, which you can find. He was an architect for this space
The
here,
hospital.
the hospital for Sai Baba.
For Sai Baba.
And and of course, inform yourself on the subject of sacred geometry. It's a lot of fun to learn and a very meditative exercise. You know, when you think things are going to chaos and stuff, it's great to pull out a compass and straight edge and just see, like actually there is stuff that is really dependably beautiful and beautiful reflection. And some of the people that thought that were priests, but they were also artists, like Father Desiderius Lenz, who started a school he measured like the Egyptian and the Greek kind of statuary and paintings, and then started to base his paintings on those things, and had a whole school that developed their artwork for churches and different kinds of grails and things like that. He developed a kind of a sacred geometric grid work for the body, which I adapted then. This was Desiderius.
Wait, go back just for 1 second. I just
Yeah.
wanted to say that one of the things that I really love about his whole philosophy was that he believed the Catholic artists should work together in community to create sacred art for the devotional and liturgical environment, spiritual environment. And the school planned the ideal church, and they revived Gregorian chanting back in the day. They could chant in church, and developed in 9th century Europe and spearheaded the revival of sacred geometry. So that's why we admire him. But here we have, like you were saying, the inspiration for the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Adam and Eve of Lenz, and then how I developed it a little bit, putting the kind of Kabbalistic tree of life around the figures and the
I hope to have those doors as the back doors to the patio one day. We'll have to. We'll have
We
to.
will work
Because
on that.
they had them made for that purpose.
Yeah.
So.
And so I've woven that kind of insight and intuition into my work and shown it on occasion there. We wanted to share kind of the sacred
news.
geometry of Entheon a little bit with you, but just to to say that Entheon means a place to discover the divine within. And many
This is
of
what
you
this
know.
building, if you maybe you don't know, but maybe you do, this is what this building is going to look like when we complete the exterior. We have this. We have the steeplehead. We have the doors. We have the soul birds on the other side, and we are, working on the rest. And we want to show you where we are with that.
Yeah.
In that process, we're going to
Yeah.
probably be sharing this with you as we go along. It's part of the excitement around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just thinking about sacred geometry and things like that, the top, the steeplehead, is a symbol. You've seen it, it's a symbol of the people of the four directions coming together in visionary oneness. So that's why the four eyes and things like that. So that we found this quote by Plotinus: since we look towards the outside, away from the point at which we are all joined together, we're unaware of the fact that we are one. We're like faces turned towards the outside, but attached on the inside to one single head. If we could turn around, then all at once we would see God, ourselves, the all. And so we're converting that sculpture into sections that will fit. And this is the kind of sacred geometry of the steel that is being planned for the building. It's quite extraordinary. The engineering team and the chief engineer is a man with 40 years of experience in New York City, and he wants to follow this through. He's taking it this summer to contractors. They're coming out later this month to look at the building and see all the things that they'd have to do in order to make proper estimates to get it done. So it's coming, okay? It's actually coming.
This is really an exciting thing.
Yeah.
We planned it. We planned it in phases so that we could open and bring the sacred mirrors and all the paintings back, while we didn't wait for the exterior to happen. So that we're so glad that we've been here for now, going on 2 years, and this is what it looks like when we project those images onto the building, which we do on the biggest of occasions. So come back for the autumnal equinox, and you'll see the projections on the building. And, build with us. Oh, wait, go back, honey. I just want you to know what this is.
Okay.
This is the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. This is the end game, okay, for us. It's like we want to build this this chapel and take the sacred mirrors and have a circular exhibition of them, in the permanent exhibition of the permanent collection. The works that we consider the permanent collection will go into this chapel. We have a spot for it already picked out. It's going to be the only original building on the property, because everything else was here when we got here, and we just restored them all, 8 of them, restoring all the buildings that came with the property, the Gray House being a 10-bedroom, 11-bathroom, Victorian that was built in 1862. So we've taken it on, and this is what we plan at the end. But right now, we're on to making this place into a fully functioning visionary art museum, so that people will have solo shows and group shows and many, many more shows in this building after that happens. But we have a long way to go.
Right.
Maybe 10 years.
So that's the idea. If we're able to complete this building and then can build this other space, we'll take our work out of here and have this for the visionary art community. I look forward to actualizing that whole dream.
Yes, with everybody. This is our game. Play it. We'd love to play with you in any way you think you can play. You know, whatever way we can do this together, that's what we want to do. And that is that's what we, you know, we're sticking to it. That's all, you know.
Well, we have a special guest with us tonight. Matt Fass is here.
Matt. Yay. Thank you, Matt.
Matt, come on up.
Matt is going to lead us in Kirtan. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes.
Please do.
Have a seat by the mic. Very good. Hello, everybody. My name is Matt Fass. I've been coming around CoSM here and there for quite some time. My wife, Deanna, was the former cafe manager and maintained some connections with CoSM crew throughout that time. And been leading Kirtan and participating in Kirtan for six years or so, something like that. And just has been enriching and growing and deepening more and more as I go along. So it's a beautiful practice. For those who are unfamiliar with this practice, it's rooted in the yogic and Hindu traditions, and it's a type of call and response, chanting to the various names of the divine. So moving away from the sacred geometry, moving towards the sacred sound with this practice. Just a little bit about what I'm offering. I'll keep it pretty brief. But this is a chant that was dear to Neem Karoli Baba, who in turn had a profound impact on a lot of people in the West, including Ram Dass. And the portrait of Ram Dass came to mind, which is down on the first floor of Entheon. If you haven't seen it yet, go take a look. And this chant is Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Can everyone say Shri Ram? Shri Ram. Jai Ram. Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. So Ram being one of the names of the divine, and one of particular significance to Neem Karoli Baba. It's said that he always had the name of Ram sort of on his lips. So, yeah, Kirtan. I'll sort of set the tone, set the pace for everybody.
So Ram, by the way, was a great hero.
The Ramayana, yes.
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 Why would they chant for Ram? Because he was such a great hero. Yeah.
And Hanuman as well, his servant, who you'll see in the portrait as well. So we'll save the Hanuman chant for another time. So you'll hear me at times say bolo. Bolo means call out, and that is sort of like a cue for everyone to join in. And you know, I might not say that every time, but you'll start to get the hang of it. So really, it's an invitation to drop out of the head a little bit into the heart space. It's said that Ram dwells within the heart. So yeah, without further ado, we'll start with chanting Om 3 times all together, and then Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Inhaling for the first Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Bolo. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Everyone all together. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. One more time from the heart. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be up here with both of you, so thank you.
Matt, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
So beautiful. Yes. Oh my God. Wow.
Well, so now we go right into the blessings and declarations part of the program. And for those of you, how many people have never been to a full moon ceremony before at CoSM? Okay, quite a few. How many people have been to a full moon ceremony? All right. How many of you came to and brought a new friend to CoSM? Anybody? Oh, wow,
Thank
look
you,
at that.
thank you.
Thank you for coming. You get a star, a gold star, right here, imaginary. But anyway, we want to ask you to say a few things, and we want some really powerful and wonderful blessings and declarations from you guys. So, blessings, you know what they are. You can bless all kinds of things and people. And then there's declarations, which is stating an intention that you're holding and sharing it powerfully with the community. And we'll all hold your feet to the fire and talk to you about it. And you'll have people that you can, share your progress with. It's very empowering when you declare an intention. So either one of those, and just for a minute, and Alexa will come around with a microphone. Who's going to be first? Who's going to have a blessing or declaration? I want somebody right in the front row.
Okay. Blessings for this beautiful earth to keep it safe. And I declare that I will commit to being part of the solution.
You will commit.
I'm committed to being part
Committed.
of the solution.
That's a very positive affirmation. Thank you for that. We all join you.
Noel?
Noel, thank you so much. Who else would like to make a blessing or declaration there? Somebody.
Hi, my name is Brian Russo, and I want to make a blessing for my friend Omar. I just got back from Morocco, and I found this artist on the side of a mountain in Chefchaouen, where the city is blue underneath, and he was making these. And I said,
Mandalas.
Who inspires you? And he said, the Grays. So I said I would give them one of their pieces so that they would know how much they had inspired him, and my blessing is for him. And to give this to you because
Thank you so much.
you inspired him,
It's
and
a
the
string
circle
art.
comes back with string art.
Oh my God.
And he does it with
it's
great
so
mushrooms
Beautiful,
as well,
perfect
and great
little string
labyrinths.
art right there.
There he is.
Goes right on our altar. We have a community altar.
Sacred geometry.
that.
And it says, shine your light to the world, manifest your uniqueness in Arabic on the back.
Oh.
So, I think that's what we're all doing here, is shining that love and New
That's
Earth
right.
vibe, and just grateful for you guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Thank you, friend. Oh my God. What a blessing.
And I'll say one more thing. Come to Sunrays Elders and Youth Gathering, which is in Vermont, hosted by Diani Wahoo, a fellow evolutionary leader and just somebody making the world a better place. So,
Thank you. Thank you for that. Beautiful.
Sweet.
Blessing
see.
and
I
declaration.
got one
Anybody
over
over
here.
here? There
Got
you go.
one.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Pete. This is kind of a combination blessing and decoration because many of you know my partner. She hasn't made it here the last couple of months, but we've been struggling for a very long time. And to boil it down very simply and very quickly, another friend of mine once said that everything in life is a choice between fear and love. And in a lot of ways, we've been living in fear and from fear. And it's been a personal problem of both of ours. And I think all human beings fundamentally struggle with that, especially those of us like myself who've had struggles with addiction. All of us do. But one of our great fears is she had never come out to her parents just about our relationship because they won't approve for several reasons. But without getting into the details there, I really had a heavy heart about that and thought we were going to break up, and had really had drawn some lines. And I got a call earlier, the news that she finally told her mother that she has someone special she'd like her to meet. So the blessing and the direction is for all of us to continue to choose to live from fear and not from love, and to have the courage to do that as much as possible in every part of our lives. And I close all of my shares in every context in the same way, and it comes in part from listening to y'all, in part from my experience with addiction, and in part from my understanding of my higher power. And I truly believe I see and hear my higher power in all things, especially all living things, especially all other humans, and extra especially every other alcoholic and addict. But I truly believe we are all sacred mirrors reflecting the light of divinity back at each other. So thank you for teaching and sharing that lesson in your words and in your art and in your community building. And thank everyone for being here and everything that all of you share, because you are all sacred lights reflecting back. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pete, for being such a stand for CoSM. We really appreciate that. Who else?
I got one back here.
Come on back, and we got some people over here then too. Let's keep it moving.
I bless.
Your
first of
name
all-
is.
I bless myself then. I'm Eric.
And you're Eric. Hey, Eric.
And I bless you all and everyone and all of the beings seen and unseen in this space and all of the ancestors. I have a declaration. So I've been in New York for several months since my mother's passing from this physical realm. She was an artist, and to memorialize her and celebrate her life, I was the one who put together a gallery of her life's work. It was an incredible experience to have. And in that experience, I realized that once I was capable of moving beyond the grief of losing her, I would come here to finally see what Entheon had become. I grew up locally. I've come here before, but since Entheon opened in 2023, I've been living in the Southwest, so I've yet to see it. It just happens to be under these circumstances that I'm here, that this mirror, this place, to me was something that I knew would challenge me to honor the life she's given me, to respect and honor the life that I have now, to continue on practicing artwork, because she was the artist that provided me with the tools and taught me and gave me the space to be a creative spark in this world. And so this declaration in front of all of you in this moment is to honor that life and that spark that I've been given and continue to practice my art, which I have regrettably put down in the last couple of years because life is life. But yeah, thank you for being the mirror, and thank you for everyone and all of the beings and all of the effort and all of the merits generated in this place. It's truly an honor, and it is it's a gift to be able to live in a time where the church that I go to is truly just a reflection of the highest version of myself, which I aspire to be. So yeah, I'm gonna make you proud, Mom. And yeah, I hope that this can be also a prayer for everyone, for the ancestors. Yeah, the more that I contemplate the nature of the reality we live in, the more I realize that it is a blessing that you two both are still here with us. So I'm very grateful for your presence here still amongst us who choose to incarnate every morning and go through this wild ride that is life. So thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and sharing that. That's beautiful. Very helpful, heartfelt.
Oh,
All right. How about we get
Thank you.
over here? Just, oh, there we go. All right.
I'm gonna stop here.
Get
Okay.
stop right there. Yeah.
Hello, I am Kate, and this is Ivy. We have a declaration and a blessing.
All right.
Would you like to start with the declaration?
So we have the intention to start a community space for artists to collaborate. We're looking to really celebrate our ancestral roots and find where we all are similar and celebrate that. So we're looking to build a space, a permanent space in Albany, and it's our declaration to put intention into making this happen. So we are calling artists to come who want to collaborate on this project.
Thank you. Well, congratulations
Fantastic.
for that commitment. We wish you all success. Every great community in every part of everywhere should have a center for creativity. So thank you so much.
Thank you. The blessing part of it is that the center point of the warehouse will be the tree of unification, which is really our ancestral roots coming together to unify for a brighter future.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Beautiful symbol.
So impactful. Do we want to do one more over there in the middle?
We'll do one more,
And then we
we'll go to
back to
Katie,
Katie.
and then Rosie.
And then Rosie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who do you
wanna
want
do-
over there? You choose.
The gentleman right in the middle with the
Boom.
mohawk. My focus is on him right now.
That's because I'm sleeping in the room with your art.
Oh,
But
is
that's
that
okay.
right? Well, tell us your name.
My name is Moondragon.
Moondragon.
I came here because I was connected by the universe. I was brought to the vision train by a man named Rob Dahl in Mexico, a man that I've never met, but I am so deeply connected to that he brought me for 6 months. He begged me to come to the vision train. And I said, I'm not that artist. I don't have that
What blessing
passion."
or declaration do you have tonight? Tell us.
That each and every single one of you that showed up is the blessing. Each and every single one of you that showed up, if you weren't here, there wouldn't be this beautiful world to celebrate. Take that out and create, because when you create, your world is in your creation. And the world around you reflects that. So if you create with love and beauty becomes around you.
Thank you, Moondragon. Thank you so very much. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, and Katie is representing the world at large. She's right here. She's taking in a lot of comments from people all over that are writing in. And which ones? Oh, here, I'll move over. It's okay, Alexa. There you go. Yeah, all in the picture. You're right.
Perfect. Hi, I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Happy full moon. Our virtual visionaries have been sending their intentions. First, we have Rachel from Illinois with a blessing. She says, in these times, may we stand tall and strong like a tree, reaching upward, downward, and all around, extending toward the divine and each other. Together to heal, recreate, and cultivate peace into the world. Thank you, Rachel.
Beautiful.
And then we have Yoshi with a blessing.
Where's Yoshi from?
They did not
They did not
specify
say.
this
Okay.
information.
All right.
They say, I bless the spirit of humor and laughter, and I resurrect the divine childish sense of play. Remember, become again like little children. Don't be so serious. Alexa's real good at that. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
I do. There is one more, and it was just really silly and in the theme of sacred geometry. I thought I'd share. John with a blessing. He says, I pray that you all draw perfect circles. Thank you to all the amazing entries around the beautiful world. The superhumans in the back are the AV team that make all of this possible. Give them some loving.
Thank you. Although imperfect circles do remind us of the impermanence. The impermanence. So we'll be drawing both imperfect and perfect circles. Yeah. Rosie is so dear to us, and she is a board member who
Has
comes
also been to
as
stand
often
up.
as she can. And look at you. You look so rainbow tonight.
Thanks.
We love you, Rosie.
I love you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for making this possible for all of us, really.
the dedication and commitment. Wow. So a lot of people have been going through a lot, the planet, and just in general, when I come here, as soon as I go through those gates, I just feel, like it's so healing. And so I just thought maybe we could just take some of the beautiful healing energy and just visualize like a blanket, it's spreading out and covering this whole planet, just send some healing to all who need it, in body, mind, and spirit, including the earth, the animals, and everything else. Whoa, well, thank you, Rosie. Well, tonight we may be thinking of loved ones, maybe even ourselves, who might be suffering distress in body or mind. Every CoSM full moon, we take a few moments to turn inside and hold in our heart those that might benefit from a healing prayer. To strengthen this blessing, recall the name of your loved one as we pray.
Great Spirit, thank you for blessing us this day and for our precious body and soul. We feel the light of Spirit shining in our hearts. And as we breathe, a glow expands to surround us like a luminous sphere.
The brightness in our hearts magnifies as we join together in a gleaming web with countless others around the world. A luminous net of beings. From the superabundance of our combined energy field, we envision rays of healing light surrounding and protecting us, our friends and family.
May the light shine on all who need healing. May Spirit renew each soul with creative power to rebuild stronger and weave peace and harmony across the earth. May the water, air, fire, and earth be purified, and the web of life be strong and resilient.
And together we say, Amen.
Well, some who are with us may be grieving the loss of a family member or a friend. We send our deep condolences to all who are in mourning. We acknowledge the sacred space of sorrow and compassion that we carry for all those suffering on our planet. Remembering the brevity of life, we appreciate the beauty of every precious day.
Almighty Spirit, we remember the souls of beloved ones who have passed on. Cherishing them in our heart, they remain close. To evoke their memory now, recall their names as we reflect together for a moment in silent prayer, sending a wave of love from our being to theirs.
May their memory
be a blessing. So now
We like to invite Alexa back.
For one, yeah, we gotta have a bit of Alexa back for one second, just to get the purified air. Just like purify everything. Let's all just say the longest ah we can possibly do. Just one.
Awesome.
It's awesome. Awesome. Let's do that.
All righty then. Hello. Hello. Hello.
She's back.
I'm back. Great presentation, by the way.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Wasn't that fabulous? Wasn't Matt fabulous?
You guys. It's all so much fun. We look forward to it every month.
I think I just loved the like pop-up crop circle slides. Those were my favorite. Crop circle!
I know you
loved
didn't know that was coming, but they're so sacred geometry.
No, it's brilliant.
And it's the time of year. This is the time of year. It's like
they
June,
do it?
July. It's when the the ground is like the growing and all the growing is happening. Big fields. It happens in Wiltshire. It's the greatest concentration of, and there's another place down in New Zealand that it happens like regularly every summer. But all over where there are fields and big, you'll see crop circles, and we can talk more about that another time.
Super casual. So casual, those crop circles, totally normal. Cool, well, we're having a great time tonight, I reckon, right? We're having a good time. We're happy. Very good. Well, our ceremony is going to come to a close very shortly, but the night is still young, and Entheon is just one part of your journey. Definitely check out all of the galleries, all of the artworks. You'll be hanging out here for a little bit.
A little while, yep.
Oh, thank God.
A little while we'll stay. You come up here, we'll be up on the stage, we'll talk, we'll go downstairs.
Chat,
to the psychedelic reliquary.
Yeah.
You'll probably find this guy.
Yeah. And eventually we'll head on over to the Gray House because we have some amazing music by Joey Mercedes tonight. He's from Peekskill. Any Peekskill fam in here? Nobody? All right, it's down the river. It's a great town.
Local talent that we love.
We love Peekskill, and Joey Mercedes is here to hold it down. He's going to be playing in the library tonight, and also in the library of the Gray House. We have some wonderful visionary artists in the house tonight. Give it up for Veronica Rose. Where is she? Right there. Sam Wan. Where's Sam? Sam in here? Sam Wan. Oh, there's Sam. Awesome. And Molly Chopin. Where's Molly? Yeah, Molly Chopin. Burgundy Viscosi was another painter of ours. She is going to be here, but her luggage is not here, so she won't. But she will be here to say hi. Burgundy's brilliant. She was one of the muralists in the Mushroom Cafe, longtime
Hang out
fan.
with her mural.
Yeah, she'll just stand by the mural the whole night. She
No.
won't move from her
She was
pos.
one of the earliest muralists in the cafe, the second muralist.
Yeah, so give it up to Burgundy when you see her. Give her a hug. Yeah, she's amazing. As mentioned, we will be doing the Community Sam Mandala tonight, thanks to Rosie and Mike. Looking forward to that. Be a little opening, and then after the music concludes, we'll disillusion it.
Yeah,
What time do we start the Sandman?
You know, time's a construct, but I would say we'd start the Sam Mandala around 9:45. Give some time for
Something
folks.
like that.
You'll
That
get
would be
set
good.
up.
All
We'll
right.
let
Let's do it.
people
Let's
go
do it on.
outside, do what they got to do outside. The world is your oyster.
But the dissolution is because we practice non-attachment. We make
Exactly.
art and then we're not attached to it. So we practice, we pray over it and say our intentions into it, and you should definitely be there.
We're not attached
Enjoy.
to anything.
Draw with sand a little bit tonight. That
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
good.
Make it drizzle with the sand. Talk to somebody new there. Tell them your blessing or declaration if we didn't get a chance to call on you. We also have Angela West here tonight. Angela, we love her. We know her. She's the best. And Angela will be offering some astrology readings in the parlor. 11 out of 10 recommend you sesh with Angela. You can sign up for that in the Gray House shop. If there's anything specific you want to talk to Angela about, let the Gray House shop know. Let them know what time you were born and where and how. No, just kidding. Angela knows the best, so definitely get an astro reading if you're feeling up for it. Who's got the munchies? Who's hungry? Not enough of you, apparently. This guy, hand up high. I like that. I like your style. We have some baked goods. We have wraps. We have really good curry that I talk about every time. We have delicious drinks. We've got coffee. Paninis.
On the grill.
On the grill. We got
For
vegan,
you.
vegetarian, regular. Go to the cafe. Get something to eat if you fancy. We got baked goods too. There's water stations all throughout the property, so, you know, H2O. We love water. Drink it. Which also, if you need any support tonight, our team is here for you. Look for staff badges, and take care of each other. Meet someone new. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of grounding or you need to cool off or you're feeling a little overwhelmed, we do have Julio here tonight. He's our dedicated peer support member. He's amazing. We also have our gentle giants, our peacekeepers, our security team. So
They're
definitely
on our side.
They're on our side.
Don't even always go to them if you need anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got you. We got the bonfire. We got fire performances. Bonfire is tall tonight.
If you're
It's
in
a
the
tall T bonfire.
If you're in the line for the bathroom, get to know the person in front of you and behind you.
Exactly.
It's an opportunity. I'm just saying.
Yeah. As you wait to tinkle. It's so great. We are very happy to have you here. Just know we have a lot of, the full moon weekend's a full arc. So we had an amazing full moon workshop today with the visionary veterans, a peace ritual, prayer flag making. A few of you were in it. We have the full moon tonight. Tomorrow morning, our head of security, Gurubi, is here. He's bringing back yogic self-defense, which is a
So
really
awesome.
powerful class. And if you're down to test your mind and your body a little bit, come to the class.
Get together with Gurubi.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's amazing.
Who will you be when you stop being who you thought you were? Ruby will let you know. It's a great class. We're really excited about it. In the afternoon, you two will be leading Art Church.
Our church, one of our favorite activities ever.
It's the best.
Alexa will probably be there
Obviously.
with a microphone.
Yeah, I'm always just walking around with the microphone. It's just glued to my
She
hand.
provides. But the Art Church is for all people who ever drew since they were born. Okay, if you ever made any art, you can be there and make perfectly wonderful. We will love having you. People come in, zoom in from all over the world. Our friends that we know will come in, and you can make art with us to a wonderful soundtrack that's related to sacred geometry.
I bet Lateralis is on that soundtrack this week.
Oh, spiral out.
Uh-oh. Spiral out. We're really excited about Art Church. We love it. We're always doing it every month. Next month, we have the August full moon. It's also our annual membership barbecue.
Right. So become a member between
Yeah.
now and then.
Just do it.
Or at
It's
the door
great.
when you come. And be a member for a year. Really, it's a stand for CoSM. You're being a stand for our future. It's like, are we going to be around? Are we going to be around for the next generation? That's what we want to be a stand
Yeah,
for. So
help us build
be a
this
member.
crazy, sculpture on the building. Be part of it.
Yeah.
If you want.
And like you always say, everybody being here tonight is already contributing. We're
That's
we're
right.
so grateful.
You're temple builders already.
Already
Just like
here.
you are here. So
Thanks
thank
so
you.
much for
Thank
coming.
you.
We so appreciate it.
Let's give it up for our staff really quick, too. They all work so hard.
Yeah.
We're a crazy bunch, man.
How about those
I'll
people
tell ya.
behind the curtain over
The
there?
AV team. Put
These
your
are the wizards.
Yeah, it looks
Put
like-
your hands up, you
Yeah,
wizards.
don't
Where
be
are you?
shy.
There they
There's
are.
one there. So yeah, check out our website for all creative offerings, programs. You mentioned David Heskin and Aloria Weaver will be teaching a sacred geometry course. 3 spots left. In August, we have a headdress making workshop, Crowning Glory with Ka. In October, we got producing and performing electronic music and visionary guitar playing with Cloud Court. In September, you got your body and soul. Drawing intensive. In November. Payment plans are available. So check it out. Go to cosm.org/events, workshop at cosm.org if you got any cues. I'm going to pass it back to you two
You're the best.
for the
Thank you,
final
Alexa.
benediction.
We love it. Thank
I love you all very much.
Very
Thank you.
much.
Allyson, I wondered if we should share a special message.
Oh, yes, from the
Would-
aliens.
Yeah, would you hold the microphone,
I'll
though?
hold for you. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, Alien Ambassador Polaris wanted you to hear this special message.
Brilliant. The man is so musical. He can whistle anything.
It's a Wayunky that a friend sent me. Wayunky.
Wayunky.
Yeah, preferred by most aliens.
Well, it's, yeah, preferred by, it's calling, to call them in.
Yeah,
You know, we have a landing pad in the patio for them.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this benediction is called Dedication to Love. From the core of our hearts, we dedicate ourselves to the complete and full expression of love in all our activities and in all our relationships.
Love is the soul's medicine, a refuge in our hearts, protecting us from utter despair. Finding compassion in the eyes of the beloved and the stranger gives us the courage to endure.
May love sensitize us with care and wisdom. May love help heal the sickness and wounds of life. May love enable us to forgive and accept ourselves.
May love enable us to forgive and accept each other. May love help us overcome our cruelty and bitterness, our greed and jealousy, our ignorance and delusion.
May love rule our hearts and minds, directing us to reach out, doing our best to benefit others, to heal suffering, to give gifts, to create beauty in the infinite network that is our world.
A heart of loving kindness pours creative grace into the world to alleviate pain and mend the heart net. To the healing art of love, we dedicate ourselves.
May any merit generated by this gathering be offered to the benefit and liberation of all beings.
Happy full moon.
Yeah.